welcome to the Gurukul quiz tutorial on professional courses. So what we're going to do first is open up a web browser on our desktop and search up Gurukul portal. Then we're going to want to click the link that has the gurukulportal.com extension and simply click on home. So when that loads, what we can do is either log into an account that we have existing or simply go to the Quiz Me section as a guest user. Once we get to the Quiz Me section, we can see that Gurukul automatically assigns a random quiz ID for our quiz. And if we're logged into an account that is registered on Gurukul portal, we can also retake an old quiz that we have already made. So now if we scroll down, we can see that we have many options to tailor our quiz for ourselves. We can select the course type that we want for the quiz. In this case, we're going to go to professional courses and then to the exam body, which we can select any one of these. Let's do certification, the grade, Microsoft Azure, and we can even go to the specific certification we want. In this case, we can go AZ 103, and we can select the different chapters and topics, but if we want the overall sort of quiz for the subject, then we can just leave these blank. Now, if we scroll down even more, we can go to the number of questions. In an unregistered account, as we are now, we can go to a maximum of 10 questions. But in this case, let's go 7. And we can allot as much time as we want for this. We can go 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or even 5 hours. But in this tutorial, we'll go to 3 minutes. Now, we can click on Quiz Me once we've filled in all of the necessary boxes. And as you can see, it created the quiz successfully. As soon as we click attempt, it will initiate the quiz and initiate the timer. So now as you can see, we have the timer wheel on the side, which will count down how much time has elapsed thus far. And we have the total number of questions, the duration, and total number answered thus far. So here's the question, and here are the different answers we have. And we can click next and previous or submit the quiz at any time. As you can see here, the title has the quiz ID and the various subcategories we had to go through to actually generate this quiz. So now if we go to the question and answer them, we can see that the total answered goes up every time we answer one. However, let's suppose we don't know the answer to this one and we skip it. This does not change. The total answer does not change. However, if we do the next one, then it will. So if we go through the true or false questions and the multiple choice, we can go through, and once we reach the last question, we can see that the next button is grayed out. This is because there is no question after the last question. So we can see the total number of questions is 7, the total answered is 5. The reason this is 5 is because the current slide that we're on, Gurukul doesn't see that as a question that has been answered thus far. You have to go to the next question to do that. Thus, if we've answered every single question before this one, then we should have 6 total answers, but we have 5. This is because we skipped one in between. Now we can click previous and go back to all the questions that we skipped, or if we know that it is a skipped question and we don't know the answer and we want to purposely skip it, we can simply click submit quiz. When you submit a quiz with a skipped answer, Gurukul will see that as an incorrect answer. So as you can see, it automatically tells us how many answers we got correct and how many we had incorrect. So if we click OK, it will bring us to the full breakdown of our quiz, especially the questions, the correct answers, the marks, and the marks obtained, and what we inputted at the start for the essentially categories to generate the quiz. Now if we go down, we can see that we have each of the questions and the answers. If we have an answer in bold, that means that is the answer that we inputted. However, if it has the correct text beside it, that means that is the correct answer. As you can see, the bold and the correct text are lined up, which means we got this question correct. And we can see that here, out of the 2 marks, we obtained 2. But down here, we can see that we left this question blank, which is why none of these answers are bolded. Thus, there's a correct answer, but we obtain no marks because we didn't answer it, thus no bolding. And if we go down here, we can see that we chose false, however the answer was correct. Let's suppose we like this question and we think it's a good question, good difficulty and such, we can like it. However, if it's not an extremely good question, we can also dislike it. But let's suppose we have a huge issue with this question, meaning that the question is not, the answer is not correct, and we have, backed up proof for it. What we can do is report this question and be like, this is the issue, and explain the issue that's with this question. And then once we click submit, it will go to the Gurukul developers and they can review your comments on the question and make changes accordingly. And we can do that with each of the questions in our quiz. And we can click this button to go back and make another quiz. However, beside it, we have this download button. And if we click download and download questions as PDF, what that will do is it will take all the questions that we have in our quiz and download them in PDF format. So we don't have to use the actual portal that Gurukul portal has to answer the questions. And we can do the same with the answers. So we'll have this, and we'll have the answers and explanations if it's not a straightforward answer. So then if we go back and we click create new quiz, since we're done with this dashboard, we can see it brings us back to the create new quiz page with a different quiz ID randomly generated and a new option to create a new quiz. So that's it. Thank you.